Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Sandy Toe Tarot. I am very excited to be here with you guys today. I missed a reading this week because I did have company. I enjoyed having the company. After all these weeks of isolation, it was nice to have family and friends around. But I'm back to it, and I am doing a reading for the week of June 7th through June 13th. And this week, I'm going to let you guys decide what your weekly energies are. I have 3 piles that you can choose from today. So I do have a Sizzlin Summer Tarot Reading special running right now, 20 minutes for $20. In case you would be interested in that, you can go to sandytoetarot.com and you can find out how to reach me for a reading. And I'm doing that this month just for people anybody who might be interested in a tarot reading, doesn't want to invest too much in it because they don't know what it's all about. Definitely reach out and let me know, and we will do a 20-minute interactive reading on Zoom or WhatsApp, and that way you can find out what tarot readings are all about. So I did go to the crystal shop this week and I got some new crystals. I have been missing them when I've been doing my readings. I have a lot of stuff in storage because I'm in a little bit of a in-between place right now. But I did go to a very fine crystal shop, actually. It's near me. It's about an hour away from me, and I got some crystals, so I'm very excited to showcase those today. And I have put them on the 3 piles that I have out here for you to choose, to help you choose which pile is speaking to you. So I'm going to stop playing with the crystals now. I'm going to put the camera down and we're going to go ahead and get started. As always, the timestamps will be in the description box below, so you will know whatever pile that you choose, you will know when that reading starts. Okay, so let's go. To help you choose the piles, you can do it so many different ways, but as I said, I do have crystals on each of the piles, and I will talk about what those different crystals represent. But this is going to be pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So on pile 1, I hope you can see that. This is rough cut. And I usually, when I choose crystals, I do like the rough cut better than the tumbled. Sometimes you like tumbled because of the feel of it. But this is a rough cut citrine. And citrine is... all crystals, you can carry them with you. You can put them in your pocket. You can wear them around your neck. And you use them just when you want to draw that particular energy into your life. So citrine represents, I hope you can see that it has a little bit of a yellow color in it. And it represents happiness, success, creativity, abundance, and warmth. So if you're particularly interested in any of those things, you might want to choose pile 1. On pile 2, I have a Amazonite, and I hope I'm saying that right. It is actually spelled like Amazonite. So it is a beautiful, this one is tumbled, but I just loved the color. It's very, it looks very ocean-like, you know. I think everybody knows by now that I live at the ocean. So I think that's a beautiful color. So if that's speaking to you, you might want to choose that one. And Amazonite attracts love and money, soothes emotional trauma, and dispels negative energy. That's kind of what people use that one for. And the last one that we have is an amethyst. Purple. It's beautiful. It's a pretty common crystal. People like to use that one, and that promotes healing, peace, balance, intuition, and protection. So if any of those are speaking to you, that might be the way that you want to choose which pile you're going to pick this week. If they're not, you can choose any other way that you would like. Maybe you just close your eyes and take a few breaths, and then when you open your eyes, whichever one catches your eye, that's going to be the one for you. So again, pile 1 has the citrine. Pile 2 has the Amazonite. and pile 3 has the Amethyst. So pick the card or the pile that's speaking to you for the week of June 7th through 13th, and we'll take a look at what your energies are for the week. Again, the timestamps will be in the description below, so you'll know whenever your particular pile that you've chosen starts, whenever that reading starts. Okay, so if you chose pile 1 with the citrine on it, this is going to be your reading for June 7th through the 13th. It's just what are the energies for this week and what advice can we get from Spirit. So I chose the Herbal Tarot cards as advice from Spirit, so we'll hold off on that for a couple of minutes. For the Sacred Traveler Oracle card, we have valiant courage, take action with passion. Interesting. So for just the general energies from the Rider-Waite deck, we have 5 of Swords, we have the Hermit card, and we have the Ace of Wands. So let's talk about this valiant courage card, take action with passion. I think what this card is about is we all run into obstacles on our road to success or on our road to wherever it is that we are going. There are always obstacles in our way. Let me rephrase that. There are not always obstacles in our way, but sometimes we run into obstacles. And this card says it's okay to not know everything. It's okay to be a little bit afraid of what's coming because we can't see the whole pathway. But it reminds us that courage is not an absence of fear, but the ability to act in spite of the fear. So what this is saying is you might have some obstacles coming up this week, but you absolutely have the ability to face those obstacles with courage and by taking action with passion. So this card, this 5 of Swords, also tells me there might be something coming up this week that is a little bit of an obstacle on your path. The 5 of Swords represents conflict. As you can see, there's some kind of, I'm just going to say fight. There's some kind of fight going on here, some kind of discord, negative energy, those kinds of things. And if you notice, this gentleman here with the smug look on his face has won this battle, or he at least feels like he has won this battle. And these two people have decided to walk away from it because it's not worth it to them, or because they're just exhausted from this fight. So this card kind of reminds us that there are always 2 options when you're faced with a fight. You can either stand your ground, and you will be victorious if you stand your ground. That's what this card is saying. But sometimes it's better to walk away from it. So next to that, we have the Hermit card, and the Hermit is the card of Virgo. You might have a Virgo involved in your week in some way, or otherwise it is just a card of going within to find the answers. It's a card from of retreating from the rest of the world and kind of going to your own space, contemplating, and trying to find your truth. But the truth comes from within. The answers come from within when the Hermit card shows up. So next to that, we have the Ace of Wands. And aces are always new beginnings. Wands are like creative energy, new creative energy coming in. New ideas, creative ideas about how to deal with a situation. New adventures, those types of things. But Aces are also beginnings that are offered. If you notice here, this is the hand of God. So aces are always beginnings that come from God. So this week, it looks to me like you have perhaps been in a situation where you've found some obstacles, some kind of conflict, an obstacle on your path. But this is a week that you will go within to find the answers, to find the direction that you should go in. And you are going to find that direction. This card kind of promises that. It promises that if you kind of retreat from the world and you go within, you will find the light that is inside of you, the light of truth that is inside of you. And then once you do that, things will start opening up again for you. There's a new beginning on offer here. But the way around this obstacle that you're coming upon, or you may have right now, is through going within. And by going within, you come up with new ideas for a way forward. So let's take a look at the advice we got in the Herbal Tarot cards and see if that offers us any more information about this. So we got the High Priest and the Nine of Wands. So what this tells me is you got the Nine of Wands is an ending. It's an ending of a little bit of a struggle in a situation. Again, we got some conflict. We've got an obstacle here that we've had to overcome, or that we're trying to find a way to overcome. But this is kind of at the ending of it. But it also means that the only way out is through. You're going to have to do the work. You're not going to be able to just throw it off and move on. You got to go within, do the work, to come up with this new beginning. The High Priest is it is the card of conventional, I guess we call it traditional, religious, or spiritual advice is what the High Priest represents. It represents, oh, I'm sorry, is that? Yeah, that is correct. So it represents maybe someone who you can go to this week who will provide you some spiritual advice, maybe provide you some guidance for how to get around this situation, whatever it is. But this card promises that you can absolutely overcome this situation. You want to take action, and you want to take action with passion. Wands are passion as well, right? Once you figure out the direction that you want to go in, you absolutely have the courage to take the action with passion to move forward into your new beginning. So that's what I have for pile one today. Thank you for tuning in and watching my videos, my tarot reading videos. I absolutely enjoy doing this. It is a lot of fun for me, and I hope it's helpful for you guys too. So until next time, have a great week and stay safe. Namaste. Okay, if you chose pile 2 with the Amazonite, these are going to be your messages for June 7th through the 13th. The Herbal Tarot cards I chose for messages from Spirit, so we'll hold off on those for a few minutes. For the Sacred Traveler Oracle card, we got Gates of Triumph. Success expands in your life. For the general energies with the Rider-Waite cards, we got the World, the Knight of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Magician. Wow, you guys, this is really, you got something exciting coming in this week. So let's start with this card, okay? The gates of triumph, success expands into your life. Imagine, this is almost like the Six of Wands in the regular tarot deck. So imagine you're riding into town on your horse. You have been in a long battle, and all the townspeople come out to greet you. They place flowers around your head. They're celebrating you. They're celebrating you because though you may have had some obstacles on your journey, you are arriving into the town victorious. Gates of triumph. You are winning this week. Something is coming into you that expands what your definition of success is this week. So congratulations on that. And it looks like it's pretty, it looks like it's pretty, first of all, let's talk about the Knight of Swords. It looks like it's pretty fast-moving energy. The Knight of Swords is fast-moving energy. Knights are always bringing something into your life. Now, the Knight of Swords can sometimes bring upsetting news to you, but I don't feel like with the rest of these cards that is exactly what's happening here. I think the Knight is saying that something, news is coming into you, new ideas, new communications, air sign, right? Communication, ideas, mental energy is coming in. It's coming in real quickly, and you might have to make a decision about it really swiftly too. So that's what that card is saying to me in this particular reading. The Two of Pentacles is a juggling card. It's juggling finances usually, but it doesn't necessarily have to be finances. It can be juggling two options for money-making ventures, two job offers, two of something that has to do with material things. So you also have the Magician here, and the Magician comes in, it's like the master manifester, the Magician. It's just telling you whatever it is, whatever tools that you need to be successful on the venture that you have chosen, you have everything that you need. This guy has pentacles, he has cups, he has wands, he has swords. He's holding the magic wand in his hand, and that's why we call this the master manifester. It's almost like waving your magic wand. Whatever it is that you want, you can have, because you have everything within you that you need to be successful. So the World card almost kind of speaks for itself. Whatever this opportunity that's coming into your life real quickly, or these two opportunities that you need to decide which one you want to take, it moves your world forward. The world is always turning forward. This is the last card in the major arcana cards in the tarot deck. So it actually represents a completion. So some cycle in your life has completed, and whatever is happening this week is moving you forward into the next cycle in your life. So every completion just begins a new beginning. And that's what's happening for you this week. So let's take a look at the advice from Spirit and see if we get any more information. So you have here the King of Wands. That's kind of the only person I see here in these cards. The King of Wands is the Aries card. It might be that an Aries has something to do with this decision that you have to make. Like an Aries is offering you a job, because Aries are kind of enterprising. That's an enterprising king. They are full of new ideas. They're entrepreneurs. And also Aries is a fire sign. So the fire signs are kind of passionate, enthusiastic, and interesting. So if this is a person and it's not an Aries, it could be an older gentleman that kind of has those traits, you know. But it may just be that one of these options that is available to you has to do with something about starting your own business, because the King of Wands are definitely entrepreneurs. And so the last card, advice from Spirit, that you got is the Moon card. So this is interesting coming up in this particular reading with all of this positive energy around here and an absolute message of you win. The world is opening up to you right now. This card, the Moon card, is the card of Pisces, by the way. That is another people card. In the major arcana, it's the card of Pisces. But it also represents having to kind of move in the dark a little bit. The pathway is not lit. It's not exactly illuminated. It is a little bit illuminated by this big bright full moon that we have here, but it's not completely bright. So what this tells me is that you are going to have to use your instincts when you make this decision. You are not going to have all of the information necessarily that you need or that you would want to have before you make a decision like this, but you have to trust your instincts. And through your instincts, you will stay on the right path. Very nice, you guys. Let me know how this turns out. So that's all I have for pile 2. I hope you guys have a great week. Stay safe, and we'll see you next week. Namaste. Okay, so if you chose pile 3 with the amethyst quartz crystal, amethyst crystal, this is going to be your messages for the week of June 7th through the 13th. So these are the herbal tarot cards. They're advice from Spirit, so we'll hold off on those for a few minutes. I'm falling apart here. For the Sacred Traveler Oracle card, we have Mystic Healer. Healing energy flows through you. That is interesting, right, with this? The amethyst promotes healing, peace, balance, intuition, and protection. So that is very synchronistic right there. So for the Rider-Waite cards, just general energies for the week, we have the Two of Swords, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Tower. Okay. So let's start with the Mystic Healer here. So this kind of represents a time when you kind of get off the path of traveling to find a healer. And we're talking about not an external healer, but maybe, spiritual healers that are working with you to heal some karmic pasts or some past life emotional traumas, maybe this life emotional traumas. So this card definitely represents that kind of healer, but it also represents a personal healing. Like everything in nature has the ability to heal itself, as do you. So this card represents a healing of going within to heal yourself on the in the internal world, so that your external world will be healed. So this card is reminding you, it even says here at the bottom, Healing energy flows through you. So you absolutely have the ability to heal yourself. And it looks like that is exactly what is happening here this week. Okay, so let's talk about the Tower. So if you'll notice, this doesn't look very pleasant, right? Lightning is striking this tower. It is on fire. People are either being thrown from the tower or they're willingly falling out of the tower. Because the tower is crumbling. But the thing is, the tower is crumbling because it was built on it was not built on a firm foundation. It was built on sand, basically. Whatever it was that has been built is kind of sturdy in your life, let's say that. It has been built methodically. It has been built purposely. It was built probably because you thought at one time that that was exactly the direction that you needed to go in. But God's hand is in this. God is striking this tower down because it's not. It's not built on a firm foundation. It's not going to be the best direction for you to go in. So I've heard somebody call the tower the cosmic garbage sweeper, which I get that. It's just sweeping away everything that you no longer need in your life, what is not serving you. This has happened to me so many times in my life. A tower moment is something that is changing very rapidly, actually suddenly. It is a sudden change that is unexpected in your life. Sometimes this is not the easiest energy to deal with. I have had this happen to me several times in my life where I was going in a direction and it just blew up in my face. But that happened for a reason. It happened because it was you would have not been happy on that path. That path was not for you. And those kinds of things, unfortunately, you only get to see in retrospect. When you're going through it, it can seem a little harsh. So another card that we have here is the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is like being faced, or actually not being faced. It's actually not facing a decision that you need to make. You have two options. Neither one of them are necessarily good options. Neither one of them are really anything that you want to choose or that you would choose. But you are going to have to make a decision. You're kind of at an impasse, right? So a decision needs to be made. This woman, if you notice, has a blindfold on. Really not wanting to face this decision. Really would rather it just go away and not have to deal with it. But here's the thing about that. You cannot hold out forever. And you're going to have to make a decision. And if you do not, guess what? Divine Spirit, God, is going to make the decision for you. So I think this is where we're at this week. Maybe you have been holding out on making a decision, and maybe this week it's kind of going to be taken out of your hands. The decision is going to be made. It's going to be made for you. I'm sorry to say that, but that just happens in our lives sometimes. And particularly if you're like me, I'm a little bit stubborn, you know. Oh, this will work. But, you know, it wouldn't really work. And if it did work, would you be miserable, you know? So I do feel like that maybe the decision is being taken out of your hands this week. in a good way. And here's why I say in a good way. You have two aces here, and aces are always new beginnings, right? And there are new beginnings that are coming to you from God. See that? God's hand is in both of these. Gifts from God. So an ace of swords is a beginning. If you notice this victory here, it is a beginning that comes out of adversity. It is a hard-won beginning, but after all this has happened, it is a beginning that you look forward to, right? It hasn't been easy, but you can take a deep breath, a sigh of relief, knowing that you are moving forward. You are being offered a new victorious beginning, and you're being offered it from God. Well, this card is even better because, yes, it's a new beginning that is born out of adversity, but it is a beautiful new beginning. Talk about healing. This is amazing. This is a beginning of that has so much abundance in it. Overflowing with abundance. There's so much love here in this beginning. So much love from God. This is almost making me cry a little bit, because it's almost like God is saying, I am sorry that you had to go through this. I know that this was very difficult for you. I am very proud of you for using your mystic healing powers that you possess to heal yourself and come out on the other side with this amazing new beginning that has just complete abundance in it. Abundance is overflowing. Ooh, Lord, this is something else. Okay. So let's get some advice from Spirit and see if we have any more information here. We have the Three of Wands. And we have the Hermit card. Okay. So I think, okay, the Hermit card is the card of going within to find answers. It is a card of retreating from the world to find the answers. If you notice, he's got, the world is in his hands and it's all lit up. He has taken some time out, gone within, found the answers from his inner light, searched through his inner light for the answers, and now he can take that light and share it with the world. The Three of Wands is a card of not looking out on the world and deciding what it is that you want to do next. The world's huge, it's open to you, you have so many options out there, and this is not looking at that. That would be the Two of Wands, right? Looking at your options to see what was out there. This is the Three of Wands, which means you're taking up one of those options and you are moving forward out into the world. This can indicate travel. It can indicate a trip overseas, but it is definitely moving out into the world to start something new and beautiful and creative. And it goes along perfectly with this new beginning here. Your new beginning that is so beautiful and so abundant is taking you out into the world. I do think that the Hermit card kind of goes with this Mystic Healer card. This is going within. This is going within to heal yourself. I think that's just a little bit of a synchronistic message that is how you're going to heal this situation. Which I kind of, I don't know if this has already happened or if this is going to happen this week. It could be either way. If it has already happened, I think the message is God is offering you a new beginning, a new way forward out of this terrible time that has happened. There is a new way forward, and the world is opening up to you to a wonderful and abundant life. It may be that this is happening this week, if it has not already happened. And in that case, please remember this, that go within. You can heal yourself from this. Take the time to heal yourself from this. Sometimes people don't do that. They want to jump from one thing to another to another. Don't do that. Take the time to heal, to go within, to use your internal healing properties that everything in nature possesses to heal yourself. And just know, like you know, that this is coming once you have healed. A beautiful new beginning, full of abundance. So that's all I have for pile 3. I hope that was helpful for you guys. I hope you have an amazing week, and we will see you next time. Namaste.